So that was quite a long setup session, but now we can begin to create our homepage, which is basically the authentication page that you're going to get when you're signing into the application. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the app. Let's close this too. So into the app folder, we have a page.jsx right here. We're going to begin to build out the authentication page right here. And because we're going to be using some hooks, this is going to be a client component. So use client directive on the top. And I just want to mention that most of our files are going to have the use client directive, most of them, if not all of them. And we're going to have quite a number of imports here, but let's just begin to build out the UI first of all. So inside our return, we're going to return a div here with a class name of flex, and then min height dash screen, item dash center, justify dash center, bg dash gradient, and then bg blue dash 50. And then on dark mode, we're going to say dark bg dash gray dash 900. And then inside here, we're going to have a div with a class name of width dash full and max width dash 4xl. What I typed here, so width dash full. And then inside this div, we're going to have another div with a class name of grid, and then item dash center, and then gap dash 8. And then on large screens, we're going to say grid columns dash 2. And then inside this, we're going to have another div with a class name of text dash center. And then on large screens, we're going to say text dash left. And then inside this, we're going to have another div with a class name of margin bottom of 6, and then flex, and then justify dash center. And then on large screens, we're going to say justify dash start. So we are making everything responsive from the get-go. And then inside this div, we're going to have another div with a class name of rounded dash full, and then bg dash blue dash 500, and then give it a padding all around of 4, because this is going to be showing the Twitter icon, which I'm going to say control spacebar and then enter to auto import it from Lucid React. Now Lucid React was installed when we installed shardcn, so that's why it seems as though we did not install it. So the class name here is going to be size of 12, and then text dash white. So size 12 means width and height of 12. Now if we save that, then we should be able to see the Twitter logo somewhere here. And there we go, looking very, very nice. So now we're going to go after this icon, we're going to go one div, two div. So below these two, we're going to have an h1 with a class name of margin bottom of 4, text dash 4xl, font dash bold, text dash gray dash 900. And then on large screens, we're going to say text dash 6xl. And then on dark mode, we're going to say text dash white. And then inside here, the text is going to say happening now. And then below the h1, we're going to have a paragraph with a class name of margin bottom of 8, text dash xl, text gray dash 600. And then on large screens, text dash 2xl. And then on dark mode, we're going to say text gray dash 300. Now the text is going to say join the conversation today. And then below this paragraph, we're going to have a div with a class name of space on the y of 4, and then text gray dash 600. And then on dark mode, we're going to say text gray dash 300. And then you know what? It's going to be easier if I go ahead and do this. Let's go into the globals, and then let's copy these two class names, because this is the class name for every paragraph. And then Control P, and then search for globals, enter. And then right here, we're going to say that for all the paragraphs, these are going to be the class names. And let's see, we need to say @apply, like so. Save that. Save. Oops, what did I do? Okay, save that. And then now we can remove these class names from here. So we can remove that one, and then we can remove this one as well, so that we don't have to keep on typing it every single time for every paragraph. And then inside this div, we're going to have another div with the class name of flex, and then item dash center, and then justify dash center. And then on large screens, we're going to say justify dash start. And then inside this div, we're going to have another div with the class name of margin right of 3, and then size dash 2, and then rounded dash full, and then bg blue dash 500. And then that is a self-closing div, so don't add anything inside. And then below this, we're going to have a span that says follow your interests, like So save that and we should be able to see something on the screen. There we go. So this is not resetting. Why? So justify start, justify start, justify start. And the reason why it is not applying is because of, let's check the div. The parent div is this one here. So text left, I misspelled that. So text left. That should now reset it. There we go. And then we're going to do something similar for this, for the other divs that appear below this one. So what we're going to do is simply this. We're going to copy this, copy it, paste it down 1 and then 2 times. And then the text here is going to say, here what people are talking about. And then here the third one is going to say, join the conversation. Save that, and that should apply the rest of them right there. Fantastic. Now that we have that, we are going to go below, should be this div that ends there, and we're going to create another div, and this div is going to have a card element inside. So the card here is going to have a class name of mxauto, and then width dash full, max width dash md, and then on hover we're going to say bg dash gray dash 900, and not, this should be the dark mode hover, so this is the mistake that I made. But then on hover for the light mode, we're just going to say bg gray dash 100. That should be sufficient. And then inside this card we're going to have the card header component. So card header, and enter to auto import it. By the way, I forgot to do that for the card. Enter, auto import it. The card header is going to have a class name of space on the y of 1. And then inside the card header, we're going to have a card title. The card title, enter to auto import it, is going to have a class name of text-center, and then text-2xl, and then the text is going to check whether is sign up is true. So if is sign up is true, we're going to say create account. Otherwise, we're going to say sign in. Now, I know you're wondering, where is this coming from? It is coming from our state value, which we do not yet have. So let's go ahead and create it, otherwise we're going to get an error. So right before our return, we're going to say const is sign up and set is sign up. This is going to be equal to useState, and by default it is going to be true. And then we're going to have another one, so another state value here called loading and set loading, and by default, so useState, it is going to be false. Now using this, we're going to be able to toggle our state, so whether we want to show our sign in or sign up. Let's go ahead and continue building this out. So below the card title, we're going to have card description, and card description is going to have a class name of text-center, and then inside card description we are checking for is sign up. So if is sign up is true, then we're going to say, the text is going to say rather, join thousands of people sharing their thoughts. And then if is sign up is not true, then we're going to say welcome back, sign in to your account. And then below the card description and then the card header, we're going to have card content. Now once again, control spacebar and then enter to auto import it. Now tab or the card content is going to be rendering the tabs component, which is coming from components UI tab. Now take note of this, there are many tabs components, so just make sure that you get the one that you have in your application inside the components folder. So tabs is going to have a value here, and the value is going to say sign up, because using these tabs we're going to trigger out the tabs or rather the content that is currently showing. So the value here rather is going to be a dynamic value. So if is sign up is true, then the tab is going to say sign up, otherwise the tab is going to say sign in. And then on value change, so when you click on either tab, we want to go ahead and access the value here. We're going to say set is sign up into the value and check if the value is equal to the sign up value right there. Now inside the tabs, we're going to have the tabs list, once again from components UI tabs. The class name here is going to be grid and then width dash full and then grid dash columns dash 2. Close that out, and then we're going to have the tabs trigger from components UI tabs. The value here is going to be sign up, meaning when you click on this particular trigger, then we want to show the sign up content. The class name for this is going to say flex, then items dash center, and then give it a gap of 2, and then inside the tabs trigger, we're going to render the user plus icon from Lucid React. The class name for this is going to say size-4, and then close it out, and then the text is going to say sign up. Now let's go ahead and paste the tabs trigger. So copy this, paste it here. This one is now going to say sign in. The class names are going to be the same. The icon is going to show the login icon from Lucid React. Enter to auto import it, and then the text is going to say sign in. Now how does this look? Save it. Let's take a look. Okay, so use state is not defined, so we need to just import it. So right here, control spacebar, enter to auto import it, and then it's going to reload the application. So let's check it out. And there we go. So we have our sign up and then our sign in. So this is basically the tabs trigger. So I can click on this and you can see that it is toggling the content that is showing right here. So sign up and then sign in. Fantastic. Now something is wrong with our tabs right here, but I'm going to figure it out later, because now below the tabs list component, so below the tabs list, I'm going to go ahead and render out a button here, and this button is going to have a prop that is called as child, because I want the properties of the button to pass down into the component that is going to be inside the button. The variant here is going to be default, and then inside the button we're going to render out the register link component, which is coming from the kind SDK that we installed. Now the text for this is just simply going to go ahead and say sign in. Now I can save that, and I hope I have imported this from components UI button. So save that, and then now let it reload. So look at this now. I have the sign up and the sign in. And what are these issues? First of all, it says class, I've misspelled that. So class name, this should be class name. Oh, I think that's why that's the reason why the tabs wasn't showing correctly. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we can see that we have the sign up and the sign in, but it's basically toggling the same the same button. Now for now this is going to be sufficient, but don't worry, because we're going to be using this tabs component elsewhere in other places. So you're going to learn how you can toggle other content apart from this. As you saw, for example, when you're on a profile, you can toggle between the tweets, the media that you have, the replies, as well as a bunch of other stuff. But now look at this. If I click on sign in, then it should take me into the sign in page, which is what's it called? It is managed by kind, and then I should be able to sign into the application. Even though we don't yet have the home page, it should give me a 404 error. So look at that. So because I've clicked on the sign up tab, then it gives me this, but I already have an account. And the reason why I already have an account is because once you register with kind, it keeps your information. So even if you're going to be integrating kind into another application, you still use the information that is already in kind. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my email. And then continue. And then it's going to send a code to my email. And there we go. So this is the code. I'm going to copy it and then paste it right here. Continue. And after a successful sign in, it will redirect me back into localhost and then /home, because that is what we set up in our env local file right here. So there we go. You can see that now I'm in the home page and it says 404 error. So next we need to go ahead and begin to build out the home page.